Hey there, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for our next week of Waves on Physical Science and our online learning. Um, so, I just wanted to send out a quick video. Hopefully, it's quick. Just kind of talking a little bit about some of the major things that I learned from not only that last full week, but also what I learned from you guys. For those of you who took the survey, thank you. Um, and just some things moving forward, and then about what you guys are going to be doing this next week. Um, and then I'll talk about that. So first things first, first thing I want to talk about is your email. Please make sure you're checking your email. Every day you start working, you should be checking your email. All right. You should be checking your email as teachers, that's the best way for us to communicate with each other, which means when we have to start communicating with you more often, it's the way we're going to do it. So if you haven't done it, do it. All right, check your email. Number two, one question was a little bit about late work and how that's going to work. For the most part, unless I say otherwise, most of my assignments are not necessarily going to have a due date, although I recommend doing them in order. So if you wait until the last week, of a unit or something like that, you're just not going to get it done. You're going to cause so much stress for yourself, and it's going to be awful. So make sure you're spreading it out and making yourself some due dates. If you put it all off to the very end, you're just not going to do a very good job, and it's not going to be the best reflection of yourself. You got to take a little bit of pride in what you're doing. Um, um, one thing that I'm going to be adding is I'm going to be adding an office hour to my class. I say office hour because I'm only going to do it 1 hour a week. I say that, but I want a disclaimer. Anytime, anytime anyone wants to need to have a conversation with me, sometimes I think it's personally easier for me to talk, like video chat, or has questions about something and just wants me to review it with them. I personally am a verbal person and I would prefer to talk about it than writing explanations and emails. I will do that anytime. It doesn't have to be during my office hour. This is just a standing time I'm available to do those kinds of things, or for you to just drop by and say hi. I mean, I love my family very much, but it's nice to see other people and talk to you guys. And I don't get to do that every day like I used to. I used to know all the stuff, a lot of the stuff you guys were doing, and I don't get to know that now. So it makes me a little sad, but hopefully this will fill this a little bit. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what you guys are going to be doing this week. All right, this is what it would look like on your guys' page. Still going to have that Waves folder where it's a lot of the content is links and extra stuff is going to be on there. It's going to include both last week's stuff and this week, so that's going to look really big, but it's just because there's a lot of old stuff too, including that textbook. I don't know if I did a good enough job highlighting that last week, but remember, I have this textbook here. It's PDFs. I mean, I don't use the textbook, but this is an extra resource. We're kind of an uncharted territory, so use what you can. Make sure you've done all the other stuff before you keep moving. So even if you're catching up on the other stuff from last week, do that first because it builds. Go down the list. So it looks really long because not only includes old stuff, it includes a lot of links and stuff like that, supplemental stuff, just extra stuff like keys to worksheets and just stuff like that. But the Holy Grail you guys are going to be looking at, which a lot of people liked, was the Google Doc. So you can click on the Google Doc, and it should be updated for what you guys are going to be doing this week. First of all, you know that if you click on either this right here or this, either or that actual link, it will put it up into a new tab, which I recommend doing so you can see it. I recommend actually, if you have the ability to do so, printing out this, and then that way you have a hard checklist and you can literally with the boxes make check marks. But here's what you're going to be doing this week, and this quote here from Ralph Waldo Emerson is going to be even more valuable this week because next weekend is Easter weekend, and I don't know what you guys have planned with your families. So you're going to make sure you need a budget because you might not have time on Friday, just depending what you and your family are doing. So, make sure you plan that ahead of time. is a good system shortens the road to the goal. So your goal is to get X, Y, and Z done. Spend that time at the beginning of the week. Make the plan. If your plan didn't work last week, do something different. All right. Or maybe, take a few moments, reflect what worked in your plan and what didn't. Maybe thinking that you could do it all on Thursday and Friday was your plan and you goof off on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, maybe you got everything done, but be honest with yourself because this is a one-way conversation. Was it the best? Was it your best? Are you proud of the work you did? And if you are, then great. But if not, do something about it. Be better tomorrow than you were today. All right. So make a plan. Here is the information for my office hour, which will be on Google Meet. Here's the code. I'll send out a remind right beforehand. It's going to be from 2 to 3. Again, if you have questions, bring them. If not, stop by and say hi. It doesn't have to, it's optional, not mandatory. So you're going to be doing basically 3 things. It's broken into 3 parts. Building off of what you guys did last week with waves, frequency, wavelength. All right. You're going to talk a little bit not about sound waves, but this time light waves. You're talking about light and color, which is pretty straightforward. Spectroscopes is a little bit tricky. I tried to keep it bare bones, but this is one I even have challenged doing in front of class. So do the best you can. I actually recommend watching it maybe once or twice and then actually trying the Schoology practice and just so you get an idea of where I'm kind of assessing you. This is where I would expect a lot of people to maybe ask me questions about what's going on. And then the second kind of part of this is going to be on the electromagnetic spectrum, which is all based off of a little activity with your notebook. Remember, you can just click on the link. It will take you to it. The electromagnetic spectrum is something a lot of people are familiar with. Radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, gamma rays. You're just going to kind of be putting it all together. And then the last thing, and this is where I want to really hit and take a second and slow down, is not actually a new topic. It is going to be a short summative you guys are going to be doing. All right. You guys are going to be working on behalf of my startup company, NRG Rich, in our customer care division. All right. You're going to be clicking on this activity. It will take you to the instructions. All right. And the instructions, I try to lay out very clearly what you're going to be doing. What's the scenario? What is your goal? Here are the tasks, some background information. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Take your time on this. You see right here where it says this is going to count as a summative. All right. You are basically, I'll give you the shorthand, you're going to be writing a letter to a customer, one of my clients of NRG Rich. All right. I'm going to be assessing you not only on the quality of the format that you created, but the quality of the writing, the actual writing. Like, would you feel comfortable, Miss Hanson or Miss Bauer, reading this? And then the quality in the content, and the actual content, which it's all laid out in our document over here. All right, all that stuff is laid out, the content, the letter format. You're going to be writing this kind of in the form of an email through a discussion post, right, which it all says here. And then I give an extra credit opportunity where you are not only just going to be making a personal protection plan for the client, you will make a personal protection plan for yourself. It's going to follow the same guidelines. That one has a little bit longer due date because it's extra credit. You're going above and beyond. You're doing extra work. That's what extra credit is. All right, getting credit for doing a little bit more. It's a pretty good one, though, because it does a lot of reflecting, or a little self-reflection, too. All right. I want to emphasize, though, that please do not blow off this summative. I even write in there, I highly recommend that you have someone else in your family proofread your message before you submit it on the discussion thread. I'm looking not just the quality of the content. You do not have lowercase letter or, capitalized letters at the beginning of sentences. All right. You do not use numbers in the place of letter or of words. All right. You're writing a letter, a professional, formal letter to somebody. All right. That letter is going to reflect my company, If you don't do a good job, I fire you. Firing begins with the letter F. Anyway, all right. I just want to make sure you take that seriously. Take your time. Like I said, I don't have necessarily due dates. So if you need to spend a little bit more time on it, you need an extra day, you need to work on Saturday, or even, don't let it wait too far into Monday, because then, we got the next week. But, think, take your time, do it right. That's going to be our first online summative. So wanted to do this before doing like a multiple choice test, something where you could be a little more flexible. Just take your time. Otherwise, you know, keep doing the best you can. I wish I could talk to you guys more often, but just do the best you can. Drop me a message if you ever need. Either DM me on Remind or email me. And good luck, and may the science be with you.